State Building.
One of the brightest stars in music today, known for his smooth vocals, genre-bending style, relatable lyrics, he's taken the music world by storm since his breakout in 2015. With over 4 billion career streams, a collection of hits like What If's Heaven and Thank God, Kane has cemented himself as a global superstar. We see nominations and wins at the ACM Awards, CMT Awards, American Music Awards, of course, our iHeartRadio Music Awards, including becoming the first Black artist to win the ACM for Video of the Year. His latest album, The High Road, marks a new creative chapter featuring massive collaborations with Marshmello, Khalid, Jelly Roll, Brad Paisley, and his wifey, Caitlin Brown. So gearing up to deliver live performances on your tour, kicking off in just a few months. Singer, songwriter, award winner, and father, Kane Brown.
Yay. Hi.
Welcome.
How you doing?
Good. How does it feel hearing all those things that you've accomplished so far?
I hate it.
No, why?
I don't like talking about myself.
You
I like the father
talking-
part at the very end. That's all I care about.
Yeah, no, for real. And we see that in the album. We are going to get to that in a second. But what's really exciting is that you're taking your album on tour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you have some awesome names: Scotty McCreery, Michelle Tenpenny, Ashley Cook, Dasha's coming on too. How do you decide to have these awesome names as part of your journey?
I'm excited. None of them have ever been on tour with me before.
Okay.
So it's a first, and I feel like sometimes we kind of go through people that we've already had. So this will be cool. It'll be a all fresh new tour, new album, new songs off the album. Everything will be fresh.
Yeah. And as we're talking about the album, I was giggling this morning because when I was listening to it, the first song comes out with a punch, I Am.
Yeah.
I mean, at first, like, you're really vulnerable about things that you're scared about, but then you are standing strong. You're like, hey, this is me, and all these things. I was laughing to my man, telling him, this sounds like when you're working out or getting ready to, like, join Ninja Warriors or something. What a strong way to start your album. Why did you decide to go that route?
We've done that with all of our albums so far. Our last album we started with one of my songs, Bury Me in Georgia. That was just a big punch song, and we kind of just it's basically songs that we start our tour with, like our show openers. I think it's been pretty fun to start the album like that. It really gets your attention as well.
Yeah, for real. And then one that really stuck out to us too was the song that you wrote about your daughters and asking all these funny questions, Backseat Driver.
Mm-hmm.
How did that come about?
That song had actually been going around Nashville for like 4 or 5 years and was never cut and made its way to me. So I was writing fiddle in the band with Jordan Walker, and he was a writer on Backseat Driver and ended up showing me the song. He said he was really nervous, and then once I cut it, he knew that it was meant to be, because there was a couple other artists that had cut it before or had it on hold and never actually cut it, but he said he knew once I put it on hold that it was gonna take off for us.
Wow, a lot of people like hear your sound and see what you do, and then it just kind of becomes a favorite of theirs, of the original owners or whoever wrote it. You talked about how the Elvis, the Christmas song that you did, like people heard you on that and they were like, can we get Elvis on that?
Yeah, we covered it. Forgot why we had to cover it. I mean, they just wanted me to do a Christmas song, and that's the one I chose. Yeah. And then they were cool enough to put Elvis on it, so it's just cool, just coming from his team. And actually, I don't know, this is really cool.
Yeah, that's a compliment.
Yeah.
Did you watch the movie, the Elvis movie?
I did.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and my nana was a big Elvis fan, and I mean, Elvis is just the king. So for his team to actually put him on the song, I felt like I really had a song with him. I don't know, it was one of my coolest, I guess, accolades, I could say.
What did Nana say when Elvis's team was like, can we put Elvis on the song you covered?
Oh, they loved it. And my nana, she was cool because I got to go to Graceland and all that, and do the Christmas special and everything like that. It was really cool.
What was Graceland like? I've never been there.
It's just historic. You get to see, I mean, everything. It's like he's still there almost. So it's really cool. I haven't went to the house yet, but just being on the outside, and we were in the garage and saw his movie room, things like that. Was really cool.
Dang. So growing up, was that the Nana that you grew up in the trailer park with and like owned the trailer park? I heard about that.
No, that was my Nana Vicky. She's my little brother's grandma.
Yeah. But you're still really close to them, and they come out and you see them so much. How excited are they for this album and this tour? Are they going to come along?
Yeah, my nana's always pumped. She texts me whenever I was coming in. She always sends me these motivational Facebook posts of having a grandson in your life. So that was cool. And yeah, she comes up and sees the girls every now and then, and
Aw.
comes to the tour as much as she can. And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, as I get older, I realize everybody in my family gets older. So
I know that's scary.
yeah,
That was the first part of I am. Like when you said that, and I am like I'm scared of getting older. That's what I think when I get scared of getting older, is seeing how every time I see my family back home, like my dad's getting a little more gray, or my
mm,
nephew's just getting bigger, and I'm or even when we're getting in places we're gonna have to watch our families and take care of our parents too, right? Or your grandma.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you don't. I just I sound old now, but I just look at these kids that are like 20 or 21, and I mean I'm 31, but I'm like, you better just realize you're a baby now, but in a couple of years once you hit the middle mark, I would say, right?
And they used to tell that to us when we were coming up. Oh, you're a baby. You're a baby. And we're like,
Yeah,
no, I am. I'm a grown person. Like, and then now when we're saying that, we're just like, there's so much you don't know,
yeah. I don't know. I want to look after them.
right? And so, what about life on the road? Are you gonna take the babies again? Are they coming?
Yeah, they're
So,
going.
what's that like?
It hasn't been bad, but we're going to the West Coast for the first time. So it's gonna be 28 days because it's like a nonstop run.
Hmm.
So 28 days, and we have 3 kids now. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting.
Your song 3 was so cool to listen to because my number is 12.
Oh, sick.
And so hearing how you're so connected with 3,
hmm
why did you decide to put that in the album?
I don't know. It just kind of came out one day. I was trying to. I was upset because I didn't have a song for my son, and then uh, I just had a random thought one day to write 3, and um, it came out so easy once I started thinking about everything. But there was a lot of things that that mean a lot to me with 3 that I didn't get to put into the song. This
Okay, okay.
yeah,
Afterward, oh, it's like a personal thing. You're like,
yeah, but it
okay.
was I don't know. I just that number's been around my whole life, and I missed out at being on my 3rd album, but yeah.
But it made sense now because you have your little baby boy, and you were able to even learn more about it once you appreciated like that number.
Yeah, the song came out very special, and just whenever you are talking about a number that means something to you, and then it takes a whole different meaning. I don't know. I fell in love with it.
No, it's so true. So I loved hearing that you gave love to a number because some people like don't really care or think about that stuff, but it's something as simple as a number. Like it really could be so special to us and
Yeah,
to nobody else.
yeah. I mean, we have a girl that runs around with us, Nikki, all the time, and she always screaming 23, 23, 23. You go play roulette. She's like 23. But yeah.
I also want to hit on the collabs that you have. One of my favorites that I mentioned, Brad Paisley. And that was a really interesting spin on a song about addiction. I mean, with Brad, he's gonna hit you hard, but he's also gonna put like some lightness into it.
Yeah.
And so that's what I saw and heard with your guys' song. So how did that happen?
That song was written by Morgan Wallen and Hardy, and I'm gonna mess up the rest of the names. Um, but I know Jesse Frazier's on it because I was asking him to send me some country songs, and then they wrote that one and they sent it to me, and I had it for like a year, and I remember put my vocal on it, and then I posted it on Instagram, and everybody said Brad Paisley sounds like he should be on it. So we reached out to Brad, and Brad wrote his verse and just sent it back to me. But that song now, like I said, I've had it for a year, but it's actually hitting me more now because I just stopped with Zen. So having that addiction and actually quitting, I really relate to that song now.
Congratulations and thanks for talking about that. We all have our own addictions and it's tough. And sometimes even when we're in it, we don't think it's a thing. Like we don't
Yeah,
feel like it's a problem. Even sometimes people around us can feel like, oh, you're not on that. We know. And so, how was that journey? Because that's something you've probably been doing for so long, right?
yeah, it's been crazy, but I feel way more clear and happy. Um, yeah, going to haunted like it like what's the word I'm looking for?
Going through the song.
Suppress. It suppresses emotions. So whenever I was feeling like down on myself or whatever, I would just pop a Zen, and That sounds so weird saying, but I'd put a Zen in or nicotine, and
Yeah.
it would, I would just be okay.
Yeah.
So now I'm 27 days off of it, and so like the last 4 day or last 3 days have been the best, but the other days between that were crazy. So that's when I related to Haunted as well, even more than when I before I wrote it. So it's been crazy. I don't know. This album's just been, especially a lot of the songs with addiction and depression have really kicked in recently.
It's true. And even with Haunted, as you're bringing it up, we all have those things that we just, nobody knows. Nobody knows. And we don't want to say, we don't know if ever we'll say. But then when you're in this moment, like you're saying, almost a month out of it, and then you're
Hmm.
even talking about it now. And some people might think that like Zen isn't even that big of a deal. But
Yeah,
for you, after a month, and you're saying, I'm feeling so much better. Why did you decide to do that?
my wife.
Oh, I mean, watch
Yeah,
make your life
she's
better. I know that for a fact.
she's a health freak, and
Yeah,
she's been
yeah.
asking me for years. She's like, stop, 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 and just this year I was like, all right, screw it, I'm just gonna stop.
Why?
And I don't know, something just clicked. I don't know if it's just getting older
Yeah,
or
yeah.
just caring about my body, but I said I'm gonna stop, and I hadn't done it, and so it's been now the last 3 days. I'm like, heck yeah,
Okay,
but we'll
okay.
see. It's a journey. I'll
Yeah.
keep you. I'll keep you. I'll keep you with me through my
It's
journey.
a loop. But
Yeah.
that's no, it is. It is. And sometimes like you just get that you're like, oh, long day or I deserve it or just one time, but it's never one time and that's when you notice
Oh yeah.
that it's a problem.
Mhm.
And I'm really thankful that you're talking about that and that you're even resonating more with your own music after
Mhm.
going through it. Isn't that
Yeah.
different? Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. It's never happened to me before. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And filming Haunted with Jelly Roll and just, hearing how you go into the song and then he comes with his raspy and the
Mhm.
punchiness. How is that working with him?
It was fun.
And the video too just dropped.
Yeah, we just did the video. It was very cold, and
Where was that?
it was in Nashville,
Okay.
and so I did the video probably 7 to 8 months before we shot the video, because Jelly wasn't in the original video, and it's just fun. Jelly's fun. They had to take us on a forklift up to the, or not really a forklift, it was some kind of lift up to the roof. Jelly's terrified of heights, so that was fun. Um,
That please tell me that got recorded. Did you like take a selfie during that moment? That
Something
would
got recorded. I was like, somebody's got to record him coming up on this lift, and
please leak that someone.
um, but it was a great time, and glad he jumped on it. I tell everybody I'm like the sad depressed, and he's the mad depressed on the song, and I mean they both fit, they blend well together.
Hmm.
So yeah, I just hope it causes a great awareness um, for people who are afraid to talk about their depression, or um, honestly for people who don't understand depression. I feel like it'll just cause awareness for everybody.
Depression is such an interesting thing for so many different people because it's different for everyone. Some people like their brain is wired differently. Some people it's because of something that happened, and so we can't just like put a whole blanket statement on it. But a lot of people go through it, and a lot of times you don't even know you're going through it until you're going through it until you're out of it,
Yeah.
and you got saved somehow by someone, by God, by whatever your wife, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you being able to open about that and being so vulnerable about that, that really helps a lot of people. Like I'm sure you get so many people coming up to you saying like, "Oh, this that song," or "When you said that." That's really special. How does that feel?
Yeah. It feels great, and it's only for certain songs. I mean, people take different things in different ways, but normal like this song, I feel like I've got it um, more than a lot of them. The other one that I had was a song called "Learning." That's completely different on my first album, talking about uh, just some racial things and going through child abuse and things like that. And then this is just a whole different scenario, but a lot of people reaching out.
That's a cool part of your job that you see and you meet these people that you actually just through music impact their lives.
Yeah, it's cool, and just to hear the stories and just how relatable, growing up in different parts of the United States and sometimes even world, depending on who's talking to me, and just seeing the similarities in the one song.
It's true because even when we're seeing it now, it's like so politically heated. We're getting angry on posts that we see, or even like seeing things that our families are saying. But then we see that music is that thing that can really bring us all together. Like you're
Hmm.
seeing at people at your shows from all over the world that are like singing to country
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. I
as a
mean,
black man.
yeah, the first time we went anywhere, I mean, I was not very educated, but
Yeah.
I didn't like it was just crazy to hear like a different language that didn't understand English being able to sing the songs, and you're like, do you understand what you're singing, or I don't know, it
Yeah.
was just crazy to me.
But they feel it. That's what you learned. Like they feel it, even though they not might not know the
Yeah,
words. Like they're feeling what you're saying.
yeah, it's crazy.
That's
I don't
pretty
know.
cool. That's really really cool. I also saw that you said that you almost joined the army before getting into music. Is that
Hmm.
true? Can you tell me about that and why you ended up choosing music?
I just didn't know what else to do in my life.
You were out of high school or?
Yeah, I just turned 18, and the little. I mean, I don't know if everybody has them, but there was like a little store that said Army beside a cricket.
Okay,
That
okay.
you would go in and you'd sign up, and they take pictures of all your tattoos and stuff, and then they send you to this little place, and you have to take a test. I think it's called the ASVAB,
Uh huh.
and I made like the 24, which is I'll be on the front line basically. I'm just your first person in, and music ended up taking off right after that. So it's cool.
Oh, that would have been so
Yeah.
scary.
I was ready. I
Oh,
was
you were
ready.
ready. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Did you have other people around you that were also going in the army or in the army or?
My best friend went with me. He works with me now. He went with me.
Oh my God, was he going to be the front line too?
No, I mean he was even worse than that. But he didn't really take the test. It was like he was in class. Like he just came because he was being supportive of me. But I think he made a 4 or something. Like the woman had to keep telling him to wake up.
And now he's part of your crew.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think playing in front of stadiums is a little different than in the army, but that's really cool that that music is what you decided to go through instead
Yeah.
of that. Yeah.
Facebook saved my life. No.
No, for
Not
real.
not not really, but no. Yeah, Facebook definitely took a turn, and I don't know. I feel like I'm in the right place.
Yeah, your life would have been so. I actually wanted to go into I want to be a detective.
No, sick. My nana was a detective.
Really?
Mhm.
In Georgia?
Well, yeah, Lafayette, Georgia.
Oh, what was that like? I'm sure you asked her so many
It was
questions.
awesome. I mean, I stayed at the jail constantly. I got to see what not to do.
What did you see at the? How old were you hanging out at the jail?
No, I mean, till I was 6 or 7, probably.
Did you see any? What did you see?
I mean, I don't remember. I just remember seeing tall people behind bars, and I didn't want to go in there.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So your nana was out here doing like some cases
Yeah, she
on
was
the
a
low.
sheriff. She was a detective. She rode Harleys. She did
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, I wanted to be a detective. I wanted to be like in the CIA. And I did police academy, all the things. But then I really liked going to concerts.
Oh, nice.
So then I just like, how could I win free concert tickets? And that's how I got into the radio.
You got to get the cops that work the concerts.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You're watching, you know who you are, help it out. Well, I think I'm fine now, but that's interesting. Yeah, yeah. And then you brought up your tattoos. I know that they're really meaningful to you. The John 3:16 and what you got on your chest and things like that. What about some of your first tattoos?
So my first tattoos, John 3:16.
Oh, that was it. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and then a cross, and then this one I guess was the most meaningful, was the mic on the hand, and I got it. I got it while I worked at FedEx, and I did it so I couldn't work a regular job anymore. So that one's what kind of made me lock in and just
What
keep
did Nana say when she
grinding.
saw that?
Well, I was kicked out of my house at 17, so nobody could really tell me anything.
Oh,
Yeah, so
wow.
yeah,
So then you just kept going, and then
yeah, just kept going, just kept scribbling. It was great. Yeah.
are you gonna be okay with the kiddos come with like their hands tatted up or
No, my kids ain't getting tattoos.
no way?
No.
That's silly. That's funny.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. So what was working at FedEx like? That's kind of fun, isn't it? A fun
Yeah,
job.
it was cool. I ain't gonna talk. I mean, honestly, any place you go through they ain't gonna handle your packages well. Let's just be real, cause I know people that work at the competitor that we stack the same way.
Dude, I had some FedEx homies when I was younger, and they would just tell me the
Yeah,
craziest stories.
yeah.
like not FedEx, but just they worked in mail carrying,
Yeah.
and the scams, like the ways that you can just like manipulate things and make mad money on this. It was
I don't
crazy.
know anything about that, but when it's stacking boxes and trucks, that was crazy. Your TVs were the basis of walls. Let's just say that.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
those that's cray cray. That's so funny though. Now oh yeah, I want to talk about the Theo Vaughn interview. I know it was a while back. It was I think like 2 or 3 years ago. But he's one of
Hmm.
my favorite podcasters, and seeing
Yeah.
you guys chop it up was really cool. What was the fun part about working with Theo Vaughn?
No, it was I love Theo, and me and Theo talk about this all the time. We want to do another do another segment, but I didn't know Theo at the time.
Okay.
I didn't know he was a comedian, so
Wait, so
it
you literally went on the podcast and didn't know he was a
had
jokester?
no idea. So when I went on there, I thought he was an interviewer that was just trying to like catch me and saying something crazy. And so he was like talking about race and this and that and this and like I'm to me I'm media. I'm not trying to say anything I'm gonna get in trouble for. And so I was just like, nah, bro.
You were chill. You
Yeah,
were mad chill. I could
and
tell.
so I ended up talking to him. He didn't think I liked him. And I told him, I was like, bro, I didn't know who you were at the time. Now I'd love to be on there. I know your sense of humor. We got the same kind of sense of humor. Yeah.
That video goes so viral of where he talks about he slept in the car with his brother. Have you seen that one? Do you know what I'm
I
talking about?
probably have, but I've seen so many that I
So
just.
many of the, and you were in that episode where he's like, "Oh, my mom got a new neon, and me and my brother slept in it because we were so excited."
Oh, I was in that video? I gotta
Yes,
look it up. I didn't know that.
you were in that.
Yeah, cause no, but see, but the difference is I was being so serious, and he was just like, yeah, and I don't even know, but I can tell you right now how he did it.
And he's so good because he was pulling out at
I
it.
gotta
That was like
watch
an
the
hour
video
and a
now.
half podcast, and you were like barely giving,
Yeah,
and he didn't care. He just kept going and
yeah,
going.
yeah. But I don't know. I gotta do it again though.
That's so cool. Something that you mentioned in the episode was that instead of spending your money buying like a beach house here or things here, you really put your money into your home to
Hmm.
make like it the best place in the world. So
Yeah.
what are some fun ideas that you had that you're just so in love with that you did at your house?
Well, at that time I didn't do what I have now, but now I have a man cave, and I did like an NBA basketball court. I have a like a golf simulator, race simulators, Planet Fitness, basically all that.
Whoa.
That's cool. I'll never have to. If I sell it, I don't think I'll ever sell it. That's my forever home.
Oh, it's your
Yeah,
Graceland.
yeah, it is. It's my baby,
Wow.
and but it's cool because I just have my son, but I really wanted one of my kids to play sports. So I was like, if I had all this stuff when I was little, I'd be an athlete.
Right?
So I'm hoping
Do you
one of
see
them
any
does.
kind of athletic
Uh,
vibes from him yet? How old is
well,
he?
he's massive. So I'm hoping, and then Cody, my middle, she seems like she'll be athletic, and then my oldest seems like she's gonna be a musician.
So
Like she
she likes to be in the studio with you.
loves to sing, loves to dance, just loves to be center of attention, plays piano. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you take her to the studio and hang out with her and let her do her thing?
Yeah, she'll come to the studio every now and then. But we have a piano that's in the living room, and she'll just go over and just start playing. I feel bad sometimes because we say, Kingsley, not today.
Like, we need some quiet,
But I'm
please.
like, oh, okay, you need to go practice.
Like a few more lessons, I think.
Yeah.
Then we'll enjoy this.
Yeah. And she's pretty good. She'll play notes that are just random, but they sound good together. Like usually if anybody else just went up and played, like it wouldn't sound good.
Like she has that tone. Like you can tell, like she has
Yeah.
that feel
Yeah.
for music. Cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's really
awesome.
it's cool to see.
So now that you're a boy dad, like what is that like? That's a new world for you.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. Like for my girls, I'm always, I want to protect them. They're so sweet. And then with him, I'm like, I want him big as hell. Like, look at his arms. Look at his back muscles.
Give a protein shake.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go lift. 7 months old.
That's so cool. And people must always ask you, like, are you going to pop out more? Because 3 kids in this time and age, that's a lot.
No, we're done.
You're over it?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, cool. Oh my gosh. And then so with your house, like, is there anything that you wish you did differently? Or you're like, I set this up, like.
No, we wish we had probably more closet spaces about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my wife went with the more of a walk-in instead of a actual closet. So
Well, you gotta knock down that room next door. That's
my
gonna
stuff
be
gets thrown out, and her
there you
stuff
go,
gets
right?
yeah.
Well, so exciting. I know that's your place of oasis to calm down once the shows are done and you have some time for yourself. But we're so excited to see you on the road again with the whole family. Again, a family of 5. That's beautiful. What a blessing
Oh, thank you.
that you guys get to do that and that you share that with all of us. Wrapping all this up right now, I mean, how are you feeling to be Kane Brown at this moment?
Right now I'm excited and ready to see what's next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for
Thank
hanging
you.
out. And yeah, can't wait to see you on tour.
Yeah, can't wait to be on tour.
From the top of the Empire State Building.
C100.